117.
Kick you in the face.
On your feet, Marine.
Popeyes, ooh, that chicken.
Smashing. Smashing.
Hello everybody, it's your old pal Slow Smashing with another fantastic tale of smashing and bashing. It's slow motion. And in this tale, a whole lot of Halo, World of Halo, Halo Infinite.
Alright, so here we go. Let's take a look at the front of the packaging right here. Look, we got like a Jackal sniper with a stalker rifle, and we got like a UNSC Marine. Yeah. Let's take a look at the back sides right here. And they're all going to be the same. It's going to have Master Chief, of course, on the back. Then we got a bigger set right here. We get from the Halo Infinite series. It's like a 2-pack right here with a Chieftain, with a Brute Chieftain and a Master Chief right here. It's the front look of the box, side view. It's basically nothing. And the back view is that same old Master Chief like shot right there. The side view, it's like nothing. Last but not least, we got another UNSC Marine right here, so we could build up an army, and got a little grunt warrior with a needler, a battle rifle for the UNSC Marine World of Halo, and a back shot. It's the same thing.
Got a bunch of these guys right here. We're gonna go through and smash them open.
Alright, so we're definitely gonna quick this right now. Alright, and here they are halfway out of the box. Man, these little ones are like a pain in the ass to get out. Alright, wow, that was like tiring right there. They're all standing on their own 2 feet right there, and everything they come with laid out in front of them right there. You know, it's always a challenge when you're doing like these multiples, and it's easier when you're just doing one, right? But we're gonna go through the accessories right here. We're gonna start the assembly line here with the Master Chief and the Brute Chieftain right here. Master Chief, he got, I think this was called like the Hydra, like some sort of I don't remember this from the game. I don't remember if it was like a plasma or like a rocket launcher or something, but it's all right. Detailing's cool. But speaking of detailing though, here's a gravity hammer right here, and some of the weapons on this lineup right here, they're just really good detailing. I mean, the figures alone, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But I like the detailing on the gravity hammer right here. The paints are good, just makes it look I was gonna say realistic, but I mean just kind of lifelike, I guess. It's good. We'll just say it looks good. And then of course they come with these little platforms, the pegs in there. I never really care for these things, but they're there if you like them. Moving on to the Jackal and then the Marine right there. We got the Jackal's sniper rifle. Again, I forget the name of it. I just remember he's always like the pain in the ass, just hiding and laughing and shooting from far away. But the detailing was cool on this one too. I like the paint. It made it look good. So I'm just noticing the alien side of weapons just look more detailed than like the Marines and the Spartans, because look at the rifle right here. It looks cool and everything. Got a little peg right there so you could peg in the back of the Marine. But it's just, I think the aliens are just looking better, especially when we get to like that needler over there. And then they come with their base stands too, a little bit different for this one. And of course you get the game cards for the game that's coming out. You get like some goodies if you register it or something. Again, I don't really care about that right there. But speaking of detailing for the alien weapons right here, check this out. Look at the needler. Needler is for such small figures. The needler looks really good. I love the detailing on this thing. This thing looks cool, especially the needles right there. And it's good. And then we get to the other Marine that came with that 2-pack right there with the Grunt and his rifle right here. It just, I mean, the paint looks cool, but it just looks plain. I don't know. I guess it just was all their weapons looked plain. But there you go. Got another peg hole right there. You can peg it in the back of the Marine right there. And then their stands, they're like stony looking. You get like these stony looking stands, and you could stand with the peg hole. But let's start checking them out.
Alright, so we're starting with Spartan 117.
Right here, look at this guy. And now I got a smaller, like, Master Chief right here. The McFarlane's one. That one's like about 4.5 inches, I think. This guy, we'll do measure him up later, but I'm thinking he's like in the 3-inch range right here. But look at him. I know they got different ones, like the one that comes with the Warthog with Master Chief, and another one by the Master Chief by itself. And I think they all vary a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one, they have like different burn marks, and one without burn marks on them. I think subtle differences, but overall, I think they're going to move the same and everything. everything look pretty much the same. This guy just looks cool. He is like a little bit darker green than like the bigger versions, but that's definitely Master Chief right there. He's looking cool right there. Let's go ahead and quick look at the chieftain right here. Look at this. The helmet comes off, so it's cool. Got big old ugly Sasquatch wrist. But this guy's chunky too. He's chunky. His armor pieces are just like cool. I really hope they make like the bigger versions like they did with the Spartans over there, because this is gonna be awesome. This guy would look like legit, like cool right there. You get the cool paintings, armor pieces like a bronzy color, and you got like scuffs and battle wear right there too. So detailing on these guys are pretty good. I can't, especially for a 3-inch scale, or I forget how tall they're supposed to be, but we'll measure them up. And then we get to the Jackal. This guy's crazy looking. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right there. He's always shooting you from like the far away and stuff. I mean, look at his little like tentacle hair things right there. His follicles, they look cool. His armor looks cool right here. The paint is nice. He got those high-end like canine looking legs right there. In the back, his armor piece. This guy is like, wow, I like the look of this guy right here. He's tight. Then we get to the Marines. You know, I thought they were the same, but just overlooking them real quick, these Marines are actually different. We'll compare them real quick. This guy has a knife right here. He has a sidearm. Unfortunately, it doesn't come out. He gets like armor pieces. But look at the face right there, because we're gonna get to the other guy. I'm gonna skip the Grunt. Look at his camo pants. They're pretty good detailing. I like them. So we're gonna get to the other guy that came with him right off the bat. I hate with this guy. Look at this. Look at this. One thing I noticed from these lineups, and including especially the bigger ones, is some of them come with loose joints. Look how loose that is. I hate that.
Kick you in the face.
It's like quick kick right there. But anyway, look at the differences. This guy, he has like ammo pouches right there, and this guy has a knife. But the faces right there, they're actually different, if you could tell right there. And the facing's different. So they made them a little bit different. That's cool. See, this guy has like an extra ammo pack or first aid kit or whatever. Even like the armor point, well, I guess the armor's about the same. Yeah, the armor's different. This guy has like shin pads, and this guy has none on his camo pants. So they did make them look different for these two guys. So that's cool. I like that. I thought they were just going to be like a copy, like a carbon copy. Let's look at the Grunt right here. Check out this Grunt like there. He's like, this guy's super cool too. Like the aliens are just really good detailing. I like them. Like real good. You know, I just dig how they got him. He got these big old Popeye arms right here. It just looks like really cool right here in his face. Look at that face. His head wants to move around. Look at the armor right there. That big old like peak tower armor piece right there. He got like his little like chocolate colored legs. You can see like the scales and stuff. Look at those feet though. Look at those little feet. But you do gotta be careful, because it looks like these big old like Popeye forearms, you know, on small joints, even with the legs right there. Alright, let's smash through articulation when I got rid of those stupid stands right there. You may love them, I don't. Anyway, Master Chief right here. Look at his head. Let's quickity quick. His head goes all over the place. It bobs and everything. It's cool. He's good motion with the head. The arm forward and backwards. He's gonna flap like a chicken too. But sometimes I said they're loose, and sometimes they're just tight right there. Look, he has a little bit of hindrance because of that armor piece, and he is tight right there. Look at the elbow. It's like a single joint right there, so he's gonna have limited mobility as opposed to his bigger brethren. His wrist swivels right there, and it hinges up and down. Let's go to his torso right there. So he does have an ab crunch, and moves, rocks a little bit. Does he have a waist swivel? It feels like he does. Either it's like really tight, I think it's just limited in mobility right there, so it's just gonna kind of rock together, not give you much. But he got those push kicks going front and backwards. Master Chief side kicks. Yeah, I guess if you get the other part, the other leg down, but yeah, never mind. I thought the armor piece was gonna be hindered right there, because you see it was like making contact with his belt, but it tucks under, so he gets really good side kick mobility right there. Let's get to his knees. His knees do appear to have like double joints right there, I think. I don't want to break it. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. We got a double joint in the knee for these guys, for these little guys. So that's cool right there. It works good. His ankles, in motion on the guy's foot is really good. It'll like 360 all the way around. Look at that. And it hinges up and down. And it swivels or pivots. Already said that. And the other Spartan leg is going to do the same thing. All right, let's get to the big gorilla right here. Look, we'll take his helmet off just so we could do this part right here. This head, it moves all the way around. We'll probably do a 360. His goatee kind of gets in the way. He does like a yes motion also. Big old arm swivels almost all the way around. His armor piece gets in the way. He can flap a little bit like a gorilla chicken. And then his elbows got a single joint right there. So that's a big old like single joint right there. It does okay. And the wrist, Wrist is gonna swivel and it's gonna have a little hinge action right there. Not much though, not much. And the other arm does the same thing. And his torso is just gonna want to swivel around. It's not really gonna go up and down. I think the lower piece moves too. Kind of helps with the swivel, but that's all you get. Swivel. Push kicks seem to be okay. See, side kicks, you get about that high up there. That little armor piece might get in the way. Mine does. And he does have a double joint knee, big old fat gorilla knee right there. Look at that, it moves. And then his foot's gonna swivel around a little bit. Oh, it does come outside. Look at that. It does what the Master Chief's does. It'll go all the way around too, and it'll hinge up and down. So that's good. Pretty good motion. All right, gorilla hat back on. Let's move to this guy right here. Look at this guy right here. Oh my god. I love that mouth. So we're gonna start with that mouth. It just hinges up and down. It's like, this is gonna be funny. He has a little tongue in there. His head, this guy's head's gonna be unique because he gets a long neck right there. But look at it. It swivels around and it goes, because you can see that little hinge on the head right there. It does go up and down, so you got some like motion right there. So you got cool motion, unique motion with his head. Arms are going to be like the others, forward and backwards. His flapping action's going to be a little limited because of the armor pieces. Single joint. And the elbow works okay. And then we get to that 3-fingered clawed hand right there that he likes to shoot you from a distance with the sniper gun. And it swivels and it hinges pretty good. And the other arm's gonna do the same thing. Let's see what his torso right here. His torso is gonna rock forward. It's gonna swivel at the top, and then the lower bottom of it, yeah, kind of swivels too and rocks a little bit. So it works with the top part. Legs, look at those big old like canine like thing, like push kicks right there. Gets up, gets to the side too, and then we get down to the knees right there. The knees are gonna be like on a single joint though, so he gets that like that canine werewolf like action leg right there. So lower part, let's see the lower part. Yeah, the lower part hinges too, so it helps. Not much though. Look at that, mine's kind of defective right there and jacked up. That sucks. And then like his little paw right here, it swivels. It's on a swivel and a hinge. So you got a little bit of hinging action right there. I don't want to move it too much. So there we go. It was just tight. Sometimes they're either tight or loose. You never get it just right. Well, I think Master Chief was just right. The other leg's going to do the same thing. It's going to move pretty good. All right, Jackal back in line. Let's go with the Marine right here. I'm going to go with this guy. They're going to be the same. I already messed with them. With that guy, it just irks me because his leg. Look at this. Look at his leg. No, just just so loose. Anyway, he's gonna be basically the same, so we're just gonna use this guy to make it quickly quick. His head left and right bobbles around kind of like the Chief, like 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, oh, backwards, left and right, forward and backward with the arms, and he can flap a little bit like a marine chicken. Get that little armor piece is gonna get away, but the elbow single joint does okay. And then we go down to his wrist. Probably, I don't know if you can see that little hinge right there, but it does hinge and it rotates. Maybe the other arm's gonna do the same thing. We get down to his, it would have been cool if his knife came out. His upper torso, he does have an upper crunch. Crunches a little bit, swivels good, or okay. And then he does have a lower waist swivel, but it just kind of rocks. It doesn't move that much. And his feet, look at that. His legs, they get like those push kick actions forward and backwards good. And then side kicking, it would be good too, but his pistol gets in the way, so use his other leg. See, his other leg will go up pretty good. And then double joints in the knees right here, so that's always good for these little guys especially. And then go down, no calf swivel. Then we go down to his legs. They're gonna have that same great like pivot motion right there for his foot, ankle I meant, and the hinging up and down. Their Marine leg does the same thing.
On your feet, Marine.
All right, back in line, Marine. Let's look at this grub, right? Because these grubs are just awesome and blasting the game. Look at his head. Looks all the way around. Goes up and down. He got a big old, like, seems to be like a big old ball joint right there. Could be small underneath, who knows? But yes and no, his head moves really well. His arms, look at that. They're gonna like forward and backwards, and they're gonna flap like a Popeye grub chicken right there. Popeyes, ooh, that chicken. Let's talk about the other Popeye, the sailor. Look at that single joint though, and it moves okay for such a big Popeye arm. Then he swivels at that big old meaty hand paw right there, and he has a little bit of a hinge, and it does move. I was thinking it wasn't going to move that much, but it does. Other Popeye grub arm does the same thing. So with the Cavite, with this guy, caveat, no motion in the torso, no crunch or nothing, because he gets a big old fat armor life preserver piece. So his legs are going to work good. Those stubby little legs get forward and side kicking action right there. He does have double joints in his knees, which I didn't expect this guy to, but he does. Look at that. Wow, this guy is so cool. It'd be fun for photos. Hope to make bigger versions if I didn't say that already again. But his feet are funky though. Look at his little feet. They're like this paw feet right there. It has, in fact, a little hinge so you can rock them back and forth, which they're just so nubby, but they do move and they swivel around. So they got good motion for such little nubby paw feet. All right, there we got them all set up right there. We're gonna bust out the tape, see how tall these guys are. Master Chief, he's just under 5 inches, probably like 4 3/4. Big gorilla dude, 6 inches up to the top of that peak on his hat. And then the Jackal guy, he's about like 5 inches. He'll probably squeeze up to like 5 1/3 if you stretched him on his hind legs. Marines, 4 inches. Grub dude, he is like 3 1/2. And then if you go back here, it's like 4 inches to the peak of his thing. The other Marine dude is about the same, 4 inches. I don't really have any other smaller figures right here. I'm just going to put him next to this little RoboCop right here that I have next to him right there. And you can see he scales in fairly well. He's even shorter. But otherwise, I'm just going to scale him in with the bigger Jazwares Spartan. There's a Spartan 117 Master Chief. Look at him. He's this huge. I hope they make the aliens just like the bigger versions like this guy, because that would be awesome.
Alright, it's that time. So what about these boxes right here? We don't want these boxes. I already smashed those other pain in the ass boxes. These ones are getting it too. Get these guys out of the way here. Alright, let's stack these boxes like Oreo cookies, like sandwich things right here. They're getting smashed. Fist of smash.
Smash it.
Alright, so let's wrap up this lengthy tale about Halo, World of Halo, Infinite. Yeah, the game's gonna be cool when it comes out, right? A new generation Xbox. But we'll find out in the future, like future tech like these guys. Anyways, I can't even hold them up, there's so many right here. But these guys are cool. Would have rather had the bigger ones, like that bigger Spartan that cameoed earlier. But, you know, maybe they will make them bigger. But these guys are cool and probably fit better in smaller RCs. Who knows? But y'all let me know what you think about them downstairs in the comments below. Until next tale, smash a bell, smash a thumb, subscribe if you haven't had to already, because we are future Gravity Hammer, Master Chief 117 and friends, smash it out!